Three corners, three completely different challenges, and no perfect way to prepare for them all. Tonight, the Fire for Effect Foundation Arca series arrives at Pocono. The tricky triangle for a race that will demand speed on the straights, precision through the tunnel turn, patience through one of the most unconventional layouts in American motorsports. Pocono forces drivers to compromise because turn one rewards commitment. Turn 2 leaves almost no room for error, and turn 3 determines the entire run down the massive front straight. In the Arca cars, that means braking stability, clean rotation, and disciplined throttle application will matter every lap. This event also carries purpose beyond the competition. The Fire for Effect Foundation is a veteran-led organization dedicated to providing material and financial support to veterans during difficult moments, making tonight's race an opportunity to highlight both the action on track and the mission behind the scenes. As the field gets set, the challenge is unlike any other, and the Fire for Effect Foundation Arca Series is ready to take on the Pocono Raceway. Let's go racing at the Tricky Triangle. Thank you very much for joining us, folks. Thank you very much for staying tuned. I'd like to give a big shout out and thanks to our sponsors tonight, Bubba Myers and RKM Setup Shop, leading us to the checkered flag tonight. I'm going to be your host, iRacing, bringing you from green to checkered flag for the entire Fire for Effect series, here live on the Digital Racing Sports Network, live every Friday night at 6:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, of course. As we get the drivers gridded up, let's take a look at our grid, shall we? It'll be Sean Hook and John Williams Sr. on that first row. Then further back on row number 2, it's going to be Christopher Reel and Cody Porter. Row number 3 going the way of Derek Darby and DJ Patterson. Robert T. Burke and Chasen McCook on the 4th. On the 5th, Jason Truckee and Jay Pope. Further back down the list, it'll be Joe Conan and Jared Smith. Laird Landers and Joseph Essenberg alongside each other on row number 7. Row number 8 belonging to Cole Crawford and Sean Thomas. Row number 9 going the way for Jason Pope and Jared Essenberg. Colby Coover and Sean Kieser round out the 10th row. Row number 11 being filled with Devin Bellamy and Matthew Whitney. That's going to round out our starting order for us, folks. Let's get ready for the drivers to take the green flag here at the Tricky Triangle, Pocono Raceway. Track length of 2.5 miles for the drivers to have to contend with. It's going to be a challenge for them to overcome, but if anybody can do it, it's the Fire for Effect crew. Going to be a quick one here today. Only 80 laps around the Tricky Triangle. It's going to be a long lap, though, 2.5 miles of running. So it'll be a challenge for the drivers, yes, but one they can overcome. Green flag in the air. And it looks like a great start there from the 04 of Cody Porter. The Moonshine Motor Club giving a little push there to the number 1 of John Williams on the bottom line. Going into turn 1, who's going to come out on top is the question at the end of the day. Hook in the 57 is going to be the answer to that call. Number 1 further back than he'd like to be, running in 3rd. No, now up into 2nd. Down in the reels, Christopher Reel, that is. Joe Conan losing out 3 positions now. Not looking too good for him. But what can be done on a long lap over a long run? And there's trouble. Big spin in the background. And we have multiple cars involved. Jay Pope, Cole Crawford, Colby Cooper, Jay Pope, Robert T. Burke. Again, Jay Pope getting involved with that one. Let's get a Digital Racing Sports Network of what happened here. like everything was seemingly going all right until the solo spin up the road from the 4. And then that will send it to the back of the pack. A couple meatballs being handed out tonight. If Charisse was here, she'd be a fan of that. Sean Thomas, Devin Bellamy, and Robert T. Burke coming in right now. Shane Hatfield saying Arca brakes. Yep, that sounds about right to me. Caution called here the first lap around the tricky triangle. Looking at one driver that's doing pretty well right now. Jason Pope from Hickory, the independent driver, and the number 34 currently running in 11th, got 6 positions gained right now, and not too shabby of a run for Pope currently. Going to be one of our biggest gainers on the evening, but Sean Kieser to be the one to steal that away. Currently running in 13th position. As a little bit of ground can improve. Only 13th position for Kieser right now. Can gain a few more. A couple of pit stops called. Cole Crawford, Colby Cooper, and Jay Pope coming in. They'll be the 3 drivers that were involved in that incident on lap 1. So presumably not getting enough damage repaired on their first pit stop. Will come in now. Cheers out there for Essenberg and Conan. See if we can get Conan on screen here in the number 72. Conan in 9th position. We're up 2 from where they started in 11th. Not too shabby of a run for the B-rated driver. Pocono may only have 3 corners, but every one of them requires a completely different approach because drivers cannot build one setup that's perfect everywhere. There's always a compromise between turn 1, 2, or 3. There we go. Cheers for Hook in chat. Sean Hook in the lead of this one, driving number 57. Lap 4 of 80, folks. And all of them have been behind the pace car. Had a little bit of green flag running. Got about towards turn 2 before the big one took place. We had a couple drivers throughout the grid that we know of pretty well, and a couple drivers we don't know well at all. So we'll take our time to get to know some of them. Jason Pope being a driver that we're going to take a look at. The 25-year-old from Jacksonville, Alabama, in car number 30 will restart us in 12th position. But Sean Hook and John Williams right now will lead the way currently. Formed up 2x2 Noah's Arc formation. Hopefully we get a clean restart this time by Shane Hatfield with the right idea. Let's get settled in, fellas, and get some green flag laps. Here we go, pace car ready to pull in. And the field will go back over to Sean Hook and John Williams. In the restart zone, we take off like rocket ships with the floor pushed down with metal and gasoline being pumped into these engines, folks. Battle between 57, the 04, and the 77 remains tight and tactic. Gaggle of Arca cars here between these drivers. Sean Kieser here caught in the middle of all this, still trying to gain up some, but a few drivers taking that high side line and running a little bit of concrete onto that paint job of theirs. Not exactly what is to be expected from their initial lap of running, but here's the MLSR badge machine right now. Got cheers for a couple drivers in chat. Cheers for Joe Conan, number 72 as well. Three abreast coming through the first pair of corners at Pocono. It'll be crazy for us to come out on top, but Colby Cooper will be the one to do so. Up 8 positions now for Colby. Colby Cooper continues to work it. Three wide yet again. Matthew Whitney getting caught off track on the racetrack, finding the inside line of the race field. Battle for the lead hasn't gone anywhere. The 57 with a little slide through turn number 1. Go the 14, excuse me, the 04, trying to make this move stick on the 57. More sliding involved. I think these guys are abusing their tires more than they'd like to right now at this stage. The 04 has a tire along the wheel well of the 57. Sean Hook, Cody Porter. There it is, the pass for the lead taking place before our very own eyes. A look at the stamp and a send across the stripe as we go on to lap 8. It's the battle for the lead that we all bought and paid to see tonight. Cody Porter against Sean Hook. John Williams watching in the wings and just biding his time currently. I'm sure John Williams wants to get something done on the 2 drivers ahead as Porter gains advantage of the situation, gets dragged to the front of the pack. Here comes Cody Porter yet again on the 5-7. Great battle on the racetrack here between the trio. Keeping it clean as well. Not a drop of paint traded between these guys. Keeping an eye on the lap times as well. Last time by 54.14, 54.24, 54.18. That was 14.24.18. You can see that the 04 of Porter is actually just a hair slower on that previous lap, getting a smidge of slowdown there. Now, no longer getting slowed down. Looks to the inside on Sean Hook. And I think he sold him the dummy. And now he's going to have the drag coming out onto the back stretch. Adam Ramsey, welcome in to the YouTube chat. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for staying tuned. We appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notifications for when we go live next here on the Digital Racing Sports Network or on the Fire 4 Effect channel. Racing every Friday at 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. Strong battle, great racing indeed, Travis. Phenomenal stuff, but we have to peel away for a second. I apologize. We have more pack battling going on right now. Whoa, there's a big moment for the 72. Joe Conan loses his footing a little bit, and he almost lost his life, but manages to keep the cars underneath him. And the cars that were behind him, well, are no longer there. They're in front of him. But here we go. Jason Pope charging up as well. He's got some momentum. He's got some speed. What can Pope do here? Up ahead, the battle for the lead continues with the 57 in the 04. It's going to be a drag race to the next braking zone, and who's going to come out on top is anybody's decision right now. The 77 is just watching. He's using the toe to his advantage as well. The drag race into the first corner belongs to the 04. The 57 on the outside of Cody Porter and Sean Hook. Sean Hook carries a ton of speed on the outside and consumes more of the racetrack. That gives him the drive on exit. Into two, it's going to be Hook, Porter, then Williams. Or will it, as Williams drops down towards the apron a little sooner than I think he meant to. Here's Christopher Reel battling with DJ Patterson. Back up to the battle for the lead currently. From Porter to Sean Hook. The gap is around 0.2 of a second. It hasn't really gotten much bigger than 0.3 of a second right now. We'll keep our eyes on the drivers as they continue to battle it out. No fear of tire wear out there tonight. Going all the way to lap 80 this evening. So 57 gives a little push to the 04 to help him out with a little bit of that draft that's being donated in that push. It helps out quite a bit. Here comes the drive from Sean Hook. He's definitely carrying a lot of speed and momentum right now. And his laps continue to prove it. Take a look at the fastest five-lap average. It goes the way of Colby Cooper, actually. Fast five last laps is going to go the way of Derek Darby, Colby Cooper, John Williams, Chase McCook, and then Sean Hook. Thank you very much, Shane Hatfield. Really appreciate the love and support, my friend. Let me know if there's a driver you'd like us to keep our eye on for you. I'll try to get to their obligated screen time as the 5-7. John Hook looks at the apron now. Tries to consume a little bit of the asphalt here, but that door was promptly shut. Cody Porter and the Moonshine Motor Club wanted nothing to do with that situation. Here comes Sean Hook and the 77. Excuse me. Badged the 77. I don't know why iRacing does that to me, but the 77. John Williams here. Yeah, look further back the field. Here's Jason Trockey ahead of DJ Patterson. Trockey in the 46. A little bit about Jason Trockey. He's a 49-year-old from Wolf City, Texas. Number is the 46. Car sponsor is going to be the Bar 2 Ready Mix. JetFab team name is going to be no team name, and car manufacturer will obviously give you the Chevy. Here's the pass for the lead. That took place very briefly. Cody Porter in the Moonshine Motor Club back up into it in front of Sean Hook and John Williams. Double zero, Matthew Whitney goes back down the order and a lap down from the rest of the field here. Looking back at Patterson in the 36. Got Truckee behind, but more importantly, Christopher Reel and Jason McCook are right up the road. Jay Pope comes in for the Fire for Effect team. I'm not sure what happened to Pope. Jake and Pope, 19-year-old from Hickory, North Carolina, in the 34, but this is the 82. Oh, two Jay Popes in here, excuse me. There's Jakin, and then there's Jay Pope. This is the 19-year-old from Hickory, North Carolina, car number 34. Only been on iRacing for a singular month and is out here. Favorite driver being Kyle Busch, their tracks being Bristol and Talladega. Here comes Cole Crawford on his charge, the U.S. Air Force badge machine. Essenberg in the pits also. Lap 19 of 20. Going away for some drivers and falling away from others. Take a look here. It's Jason McCook, the 32-year-old from Twin City, Georgia, and the number 14. He's an American sim racing driver. Twin Cities Home and Hardware usually being the sponsor of Chasen's wheels. I'm not seeing it on the car today as he looks to have the overspeed now on DJ Patterson in that 36 up the road. It's become a quiet and tidy race now. Much different than our season opener that was caution littered as we got started. Things have definitely calmed down and drivers have come into their own. Now it becomes a battle on the racetrack with not the other driver, but with the stopwatch. Drivers need to be able to undercut the opponent, as we will expect to see high tire wear here at Pocono. Change for the lead, a little bit of paint grinding going on between Hook and Porter. I think when they invented the app Trading Paints, they didn't think drivers were going to take it so literally. All this battling that's been going on brings on the likes of Kobe Cooper. Kobe Cooper has had a slow and steady race this evening, but with a low of P22, now a high of P4, it isn't looking too shabby, but a win is still in the cards. Lap 22 of 80. One heck of a pinch for Porter. Absolutely. There goes Porter through actually on John Williams Sr. Sr. not done. Comes back and attacks the 77, but a big moment there for the 04. Cody Porter nearly lost his car. 46 with the meatball flag. That's our good friend Jason Truckee. We'll have to see what happened to the 46 here. But he continues to tumble down the order. Patterson now crashes. And that'll be a caution call. Let's see what happened here. Oh, and a blown motor to boot for Truckee. Ouch. Does he somehow get collected with Patterson? Take a look at the replay here. No, that is not the reason why the caution was called. This is presumably why the caution was called. A little brief kiss up against the wall. Oh, and then the 3 of Chasen McCook gets involved with a 36, who then cannot keep the car from rolling. You can see the brakes are locked up. He is holding them as hard as possible, but just could not get the car to stop with all of that momentum. Indeed, Travis, that was a close one with the leaders. Just our second caution being called of the 80 laps of running. Trying to see if we can talk to Cody Porter if they're in. I don't see Cody Porter in. Colby Cooper. No, not seeing them in Discord either. John Williams, Derek Darby, Christopher Reel, Chasey McCook, Keiser. Let's say who's staying out, and I'll tell you that rather than who's coming in, because by the looks of it, the entire field is coming in. Gerard Essenberg, Jason Trocchi, DJ Patterson, Matthew Whitney all end up staying out. Let's go ahead and check in with the Great Lakes Racing team and see what they're up to. Stand by. This is going to be Joe Conan. Hopefully we don't mind talking to Conan. Oh, he is locked in a room. I cannot talk to him. Okay, we will try that another time. See if we can go to the Hangouts. Hey guys, this is AdminBoxx here in the broadcast booth from Digital Racing Sports Network. How you guys doing? John, you got a copy? How's your race going tonight, Sean?
Pretty good so far. I don't even know exactly where I'm at, but I mean, I got a slow car, but I'm fast in the corners.
I mean, 14 positions gained right now. You've only got one driver to beat you out. That's Colby Cooper. You think you have it in you to catch up to him?
Well, we're going to see. I mean, if I can keep consistent on my corners and they can lose a little bit of pace, I think I can catch up there.
Hey, good luck to you, Sean. Is there anybody you want to shout out or anybody you want to thank tonight?
I definitely want to thank MLSR for helping bring all this together, Fire for Effect, and Team Ideal.
Right on. Thank you very much, Sean. Have a great night and stay safe out there, brother.
Thank you, buddy.
That was Sean Keiser, currently running in 6th. Started back in P20, if you can believe that. Here we go, gridded up 2x2. Ready to take the race start again. Here for our third time. We'll have Barney wave the green one. Now that the field is fueled up, fired up, and ready to go, let's see what another green flag stint can look like. We get ready to go back to green flag racing, folks. We go green, 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 and Sean Hook tries to escape from the clutches of Colby Cooper behind. Way down low is going to be the 0-4 of Cody Porter. Porter holding the defensive line. A little 3 wide going on in the backfield. Coming through turn 1, and we have a car below the apron. That's John Williams Sr. And we will not get a caution for that one. John Pope, the number 34. Jakin Pope, excuse me. You need to have drivers jostle for positions. Everywhere you look, there's a little battle pack being formed. Speaking of battle packs, speaking of charges in the lead, here it comes. Colby Cooper looking for a win tonight. The 6'6" rated driver. In the number 71 on the inside. Caution called, though. Looks like Devin Bellamy was involved with this one. Let's see what happened to him. 3 wide, you can see in the background the 36 in the middle, and it's all going okay until the 44 spins, and I presume we'll get a tank slapper and bring him back up the racetrack in front of, yes, that is going to be the number 14 of Gerard Essenberg. Just when Cooper was mounting its charge and is ready to gain a position for the lead, the caution strikes. Taking a look at who else I can talk to here in the Discord channel. Doesn't seem like anybody else is there right now. Everybody else is in their locked channels. Oh, I think we might be able to talk to a few others. Joshua Whitmire, Michael Patrick, and Mike McCoy. I don't see these names on my list. It must be a different race that they're in. Good thing I'm not disturbing them. Drivers showing up and showing out this week with some more amazing paint schemes. Let's take a look at our championship standings, or at least talk about them. Cole Crawford is in the lead right now. Christopher Reel in P2, Devin Bellamy in third, Holden McGill, Cody Porter, Colby Cooper, Derek Darby, DJ Patterson, Christian Filippone, Joe Conan round out our top 10. Lucky Dog going the way for Jason Truckee right now. Here we go, formed up 2 by 2. We get ready to go racing at the Pocono Raceway. We have these long straightaways that punish drivers who get greedy in the center of the turn. And most importantly here at Pocono, track position matters most, but I've seen that not be the case for two drivers tonight, Colby Cooper and Sean Kieser. Both charging up the field 17 and 16 positions respectively. Here we go, ready for the restart. Will Colby Cooper be able to pull out the stops? On Sean Hook, it's his responsibility now to control the field. John Williams and Jay Pope into the pits. On the restart, we go green, green, green. And that 4 goes down to the low side. Cody Porter content with going super low, but there goes the 72 with a spin down below the apron. That would be Joe Coden going off the racetrack on this occasion. And we'll go back behind the pace car one more time for the 4th time exactly. Every caution changes the fuel window and gives teams another decision to make. While some drivers may be able to stretch the race further than originally expected because so many laps are being completed under yellow, it'll be really interesting to see what the strategy ends up being towards the later stage of this race. Most drivers came in on lap 23 or lap 25. With only a few or a handful putting in laps in the 29s, or excuse me, coming in on lap 29. Burke and Conan into the pits currently. Hook, Cooper, Porter, Kieser, Essenberg, Darby, Crawford, Reel, McCook, Landers, all in the top 10. Fastest 5 best laps. It'll go in order of first, third, 20th, actually, for John Williams Jr., but John Williams Sr. That's actually because he ran down below the apron and had that spin. He lost a whole bunch of positions. Patterson getting the lucky dog wave around now. And Christopher Reel and Colby Cooper in second. Jay Pope spending a tremendous amount of time in the pits so far. Williams being the second longest pit stopper and repairs. Jason Chalky being able to only spend 3 seconds in the lane has the opportunity to be able to recover. Wave round taking place currently. Looking to the stacked grid of drivers, that's great to see. 22 drivers come and support the Fire for Effect cause. These repeated cautions might lead to frustration for some of these drivers. They're constantly building focus up for the restart, only to have that rhythm interrupted again. Here we go, ready to take the green flag. In the restart zone, it is flying from Barney. Three wide, the 04 tries to come across the 71 of Colby Cooper, but couldn't do it because the 52 existed. Sean Kieser trying to get something done in the MLRS machine. What can be done? What can be said about the situation now? The 52 leads the 2, but now the door opens. Derek Darby here on the charge gets an advantage over Sean Kieser, who slipped up just a little bit, left the door ajar, and that's all he needed. Might have done it again. Here comes Essenberg in the 10. Pass for the lead here between Cooper and Hook. Hook succumbs to the attack. Bobbing, weaving every which way. The 04 tries to put on the blocks of the charge of Derek Darby. To no avail as Darby tries the long way around the outside. It's not going to work though here at Pocono. Nice switchback there from Derek Darby on Cody Porter. Moonshine Motor Club definitely under attack from that Coca-Cola Bear. 2 brings it to the inside, carries enough speed and momentum to get the drive out of the second corner. Whitney and Pope, unfortunately, out of contention for this event. And here we go, exactly at the halfway point of this event. Lap 40 of 80 brings out the halfway point. Let's give another shout out and thanks to our sponsors tonight, shall we? Of course, this is the Fire for Effect Foundation. If you like what you see, if you want to get involved, make sure you check out Fire for Effect and consider donating to a very good cause. 501c3 recognized tax-deductible donations are available. Also give a big partner sponsorship shout out to RKM Setup Shop, engineered by Nexus. Thank you very much for your sponsorship today and everything that you provide to the Fire for Effect cause. Last but not least, we have Bubba Myers Custom Designers, partner of Juicy Spider. Big shout out and thanks to Bubba Myers for their design of liveries for this championship. If you want to get a paint scheme made, check out Bubba Myers Paint Schemes. Sean Thomas caught up in a gaggle of vehicles now. Drops like a stone as the rest of the field consumes him. Jacob Pope, the independent driver, gains 5 now on that pass for Sean Thomas. Laird Lander, Sean Thomas, John Williams Sr. He's down 11 positions right now, unfortunately. Started up in second position. He needs to do a lot of work after that big spin he had to catch back up. So far, it looks like he's got the 82 locked in his crosshairs. That'll be the next one to get around. That'll be Jay Pope. He's already a lap down and nail in the coffin there for Pope. Down multiple laps, excuse me, for Pope. He's only on lap 34, trying to get a few wave rounds and lucky dogs. Jason McCook alongside Cole Crawford. Jason's going to slide right in front of the 4 here. Get a little help across the stripe before the 4 decides to go to the inside. Long way back is the 13, but he stomps on the brakes and gets it parked on the apex of turn 1 just in the nick of time. Now the 3 is going to be helping out, or will he not give the touch there to the 4? Tucks back out of the single file draft, and door to door, the 3 and 4. Here we go. Battle for 6th and 7th now. between Cole Crawford and Chasen McCook. Two by two, we get into the braking zone of turn one. Riding on board now. Chase McCook losing a position now to Joseph Essenberg. A bit slower the past couple of laps. Trying to get the car rotated without oversteering it. Get on the loud pedal, understeer a little bit on exit. Those tires start to scrub just a little bit. Here we go. Cooper, Hook, Porter, and Darby all separated by 0.6 of a second curve. The trio continue to battle for the lead. Jay Pope comes down into the pits. Just about 3/4 of the way through this one, folks. The second third has gone by extremely quickly. The battle for the lead continues to brew on. Colby Cooper, the 18 positions gained, might be the hard charger this evening. Sean Hook, Cody Porter, Derek Darby, all involved. Here we go. It makes it look like a very good run for Sean Hook to catch back up to Colby Cooper. But he goes back over to the high groove. He might lose out to the 4 here. Colby Porter has been running very well. Back up into 3rd on the evening. Low has been this run in P3. Three wide, and the 46 of Truckee gets touched and spun there, and that'll bring out the immediate caution. Get a Digital Racing Sports Network replay of what happened here. It looks like 77 coming through. I may have spooked the 46, and oh man. We all know the saying, lap traffic giveth, lap traffic taketh away. And sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Joseph Essenberg on a downward trend after that spin. It might be time to come down into the pits to get a set of service and get back out on the racetrack again for the final third of this event. Here on the Digital Racing Sports Network, we're going to be live every Friday at 6:15 p.m. for the Arca Rookie Series as the entirety of the field comes in, other than Jared Smith, Laird Landers, and Robert T. Burke. And a line being dished out there to Sean Thomas, number 26. No black flags, nobody speeds in the pits. Joseph Essenberg dealing with a little bit of connectivity issues right now. Hopefully get him back and corrected. We'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere for this quick caution break. Gridded up 2x2. Laird Landers and Robert Burke are now in the lead of this one. What are they going to do on this cheeky strategy that cycles them to the front of the pack? Here we go, ready to go green again. The Fire for Effect Foundation will go green for the 5th time of asking. And the 46 of Laird Landers is on the front row pretty much by himself. And the entire field bunches up behind, and we've got a big kerfuffle in the background. Laird Landers gets swallowed up whole, though. I don't think staying out was the right call to make. Laird Landers tries to stay in it. Colby Cooper charges back up through the field. Cody Porter, Laird Landers tumbling down, and another caution called as in the background there's a big one. Jacob Pope being involved in this one. See what happens to the fire for effect number 34. A solo spin brings out the caution below the apron even. That's an odd one. At this point, simply keeping the car clean has become a competitive advantage. Drivers with minor damage may be able to maintain contention because these cautions keep slowing the pace down. Aerodynamic disadvantages can be enormous because of Pocono's long straightaways. We'll have to see who's got damage from grazing the wall or grazing a fellow driver on the racetrack. I am JPEG82 saying, can't catch a break tonight. Yeah, it's just been going that way, unfortunately. Yeah, major checkup on the restart. That was actually something we should go back and see. Let's see if we can get a restart of the green flag here and see how bad this checkup was. Oh, big checkup by the 46. That causes the 57, the 04 to dive out, and then everybody is just jostling for position after that. 4 wide. Down the straightaway, we settle it to 3 abreast, coming down into 1. Here we go, on to lap 55 of 80. Now that we're well into that last fuel window, curious to see who's going to come into the pits, get that final top off, head back out. Or is these drivers going to prey on another caution to allow them to pit for free? Hook, Porter, Cooper, Darby, Williams, Burke, Essenberg, Kieser, McCook, and Patterson round out our top 10 today. Then in 11th, it's Devin, Bellamy, Conan, Essenberg, Thomas, Smith, Pope, Crawford, Landers, Reel, Chalky, Whitney, and Pope. And the pace line car are out. Lights on the pace car are out, excuse me. And the field will go back into the hands of Sean Hook and Cody Porter. Here we go for the Fire for Effect Foundation Arca Series. Drivers wiggling and weaving, trying to generate a little bit of temperature in those tires. Hook, Porter, Cooper, Darby locking out the first two rows. Let's go racing one more time. Under 25 laps left to go when the leaders cross the line. Keeping our eyes peeled on Cooper right now. I have a feeling like he's going to try to quick work of the task at hand. Way down below the apron is going to be DJ Patterson. And that'll be another caution call. Let's see what happened to Patterson. And I truly think this was just another solo spin. Yep, that would be. Oh, and he hits the bump below the apron, trying to keep his foot in it. And a beautiful pirouette to spin it back around. Well, that might be the end of DJ Patterson's race. Hopefully he doesn't have any engine damage. Seventh caution here at Pocono. We made it pretty clean for the most part through that first stint. The second one has caused us a little bit of trouble on these restarts. The Fire for Effect Foundation it focuses on providing material and financial assistance when veterans need help and may have nowhere else to turn. Even during a caution-filled race, the purpose behind the event remains important, folks. The competition here brings the community together, but the Foundation's mission extends far beyond the racetrack. Events like this can help introduce the organization to viewers who may not previously known about us here at the Fire for Effect Foundation. We're looking for engagement. We're looking for participation. We're looking for donors as well. Every subscriber, what is it, the Power subscriber on YouTube, the donation will go directly for the Fire for Effect Foundation. Every super chat, that's what it is. Every super chat donation will go directly for the fire for effect foundation. Now, who's got the competition mindset? Thinking about the championship as well. Drivers have to stop thinking about winning every restart and start thinking about surviving this entire event. One position gained early means very little if the car doesn't make it to the finish. The smartest drivers will continue to take opportunities, but they'll also recognize which battles could not be worth the risk. Corey Morales cheering on Sean Hook, who's been a dominant presence in this race this evening. Led us around for 31 of the 60 laps. Let's see if he can do it for the one that matters the most. Every restart creates the same difficult situation. The field has 3,700 feet of front straight to build runs, draft, and spread out across the racetrack before funneling into turn one. Here we go into the restart zone. The 57 takes off, leaving the 04 Derek Darby and Colby Cooper in the dust. John Huck, Cody Porter, and Colby Cooper are well into the lead of this one. The Outlier Speedco machine around the outside of the 57. Sean Hook can do nothing to retort that charge. Whoa, no, and there's going to be a big touch from the 2 into the 4, and he's going to recover. Will they recover? No, it's going to be a dual synchronized spin. What an incident between Porter see how this happens one more time, and a line penalty coming out for John Williams, the 77 on that occasion. Oh man, and there's more incidents taking place in the background. That'll be the 72, Joe Conan, coming down into the barrier to the infield. We're going to take a quick hydration break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back during this caution period. The field gets gridded up 2 by 2 as we return. But we have a plethora of pit stops. Cody Porter, Robert Burke, Essenberg, Conan, Smith, Landers, Crawford, Essenberg, Williams Sr., Thomas, Bellamy. All in the pits. Lucky dog there for Jason Truckee. He unfortunately won't get back onto the lead lap. But he will be 1 lap closer to the rest of the field. Long extended caution period here. And this is where the race becomes mentally exhausting. Driving behind the pace car, drivers keep on preparing for these restarts, fighting through the opening corners, trying to get some rhythm established, only for another driver to caution and reset everything. It'll be the drivers who can remain calm and continue making disciplined decisions that will have an advantage before this race is over. Just 15 laps remain when the leaders cross the line. What will the drivers do? There's a handful of laps remaining. Keep my eyes peeled on that driver in the 71, Colby Cooper here on that restart. Goes good for Sean Hook. But he's going to get a black flag penalty. That's going to have race-ending complications. Here comes the 71 and the 2. Jason McCook for Team ASRL. Getting ahead of Sean Kieser and Cody Porter, who tumbles down. Cole Crawford in 4th, in the number 4 in 7th position, trying to work and weave his way through the battling duo up the road. Colby Cooper inherits the lead of the race now because Sean Hook comes down pit road. This opens up a half-second gap currently to Derek Darby. I told you to watch out for Cody Porter. Here he goes on the 2 of Darby. Porter on those fresh rubbers. 62 is the lap where he came in. 14 to go. Previous lap round, Cody Porter is going to snatch away the fast one of the event. 53.01 last time by. Jankin Pope. A little bit of fun back here with 10 positions gained. Has found 7th position to be pretty comfortable. Cole Crawford in that 4 up the road. Chase McCook climbs back up into the top 5 after his own incidents that he was involved in. A very good recovery for McCook tonight. Wish the same could be said for Jason Chucky. Chucky's still out there in the 046. Porter catching all over the rear end of Cooper now. Go for it. Might be able to get some work done there. A slide there from the 71. Might allow the drive on exit for the 04. Just 11 laps remain. The battle for the lead, just as fierce as when we started this one. Porter in second. Darby running in third. Then the gap begins huge to McCook. But Porter on those fresh tires. You would think he would have gotten the move done already. Maybe he's plotting and scheming this attack. Here comes Kieser and Chasen McCook coming down in towards turn 2. All the way wheel to wheel between the MLSR machine and the Wrangler machine. Just under 10 minutes remain, folks, in this race. Let's hear your predictions. Who do you think is going to come out on top? And who's going to become the bridesmaid? Cole Crawford, a little bit of trouble because Jacob Pope and Christopher Reel want to duke it out going in the final 8 laps of this one. Comes Reel, goes down low on the 34. Jacob Pope do nothing but sit back and watch as Reel charges up. Back over to the lead. It's Porter chasing down Cooper. With those fresh tires, 8 laps left to go. Got to start thinking in terms of the championship rather than in terms of the event. Caution called. Guess as Porter was going for a move on Cooper, we had a caution called. Is that Jason Chalky who crashed? Let's see. Get a replay of what happened here. That is Chalky with an incident. And that'll be the reason for our 9th caution tonight. This will head us into green-white checker territory when we go green, folks. Now, because track position means everything, who's going to come down pit road? Jared Smith, Jared Essenberg come into the pits. Devin Bellamy also. $75 of $80. Here we go. The pit stops. Cooper, Porter. It's a gaggle of do's and do nots. So it's Porter, Darby, McCook, Hook, and Cooper in. DJ Patterson getting a lucky dog. He'll come back around. Sean Kieser into the lead of this one. Let's see if we can talk to him.
Be biased, you know what I mean? But
Sean, wanted to talk to you again real quick, if that's okay. Yeah. Hey, strategy going into the final few laps. Talk to us about it.
You know, I know I can't hold these guys off, so I got to take what they give me. And if they wanted to pit for some tires, I'll see where I can finish.
Sounds like a great plan. I was thinking the same thing. Stay out, get track position, and hold on to what you can get at the end of the day. Good job and good luck, Sean.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Let's see if Sean can hold on tonight. Cole Crawford, again, another driver who stayed out. Pope The driver who stayed out, Real, stayed out. Pretty much the entire field down to Burke stayed out. The top 7 on old tires. Field squared up 2 by 2. Crawford and Keyser line the first row. Jake and Pope and Christopher Real on the second. What can be done or what can be said about P7 and beyond from the pit lane? They rise from the ashes. Let's see how they get it done with just 2 laps left to go. Here we go. Back into the restart zone. Green flag in the air. 52, Sean Keyser does take off like a rocket ship. Leaves everybody in the dust. Look at how far back Pope, Real are. They're going to duke it out for the last spot of the podium. 2 by 2 going into turn number 1. It's going to be 4 abreast. The 0-4 getting swallowed up by the entirety of the field. The 46 is there. Laird Landers trying to get involved and gain some positions. Going on the last 3 laps left to go. Sean Keyser has pulled out an amazing 9/10 gap on this opener. And there's going to be a hip check into the 46 of Laird Landers from the 2 down low of Derek Darby. John Hook in the 57 trying to get things done down low. Hook sends it in at 1. He'll go all the way from back in the pack to P2. There's a driver who pit on lap 75 and just rose through the ashes. There's going to be a big one in the background. 13, the 46 involved in that. Laird Landers and Christopher Real, Joe Conan gets collected. This will be the official start of the green-white checkered territory now, as we were just about to finish up this one. We're going to take another quick commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're back to racing action, folks, in just a few minutes' time. Look at the timeline from Sean Kieser there. Ready to go back racing in just a moment's time. 2 laps left to go. '52 in the '57. Here we go. The 4 and the 04 alongside each other. 57 and the 52 alongside each other as well. I'm sure this won't get confusing at all. Green, green, green. 52 from MLSR is going to take off. Sean Kieser had a good jump start there. The 04, the 2, and the 4 all come together on the racetrack, separated by just thin margins. Sean Hook in the 57 looks to the low side, has a ton of momentum and drive. He's going to carry it all the way up to the lead of the race. Having those fresher tires seemingly have been paying off. Take a look at Cody Porter, though. He came in on lap 75 also. Sean Kieser said he would be happy with anything that they were willing to leave for him. He knew he wasn't the fastest one on the field tonight. White flag lap. This race will go official. Hook, Porter, Cooper, Kaiser. Here comes the 2 on the 52. Sean Kaiser still trying to hold on to anything. A podium might be out of reach now. Door opens up just a little bit. He can't slam it shut. Sean Hook's gonna take the win here at the Tricky Triangle. Porter, Cooper, Darby round out the podium. Show the results from the race. Sean Hook, Cody Porter, Colby Cooper round out our top 3. Hard Charger going the way of Colby Cooper at the end of the day with 16 gained. Derek Darby, Sean Kieser, Cole Crawford, Jason McCook, Joseph Essenberg, Robert T. Burke, and DJ Patterson. Rounding out your top 10, Jakin Pope, Christopher Real, Laird Landers, Matthew Whitney, Joe Conan, Joan Williams, Jay Pope, Jason Truckee, Jared Smith, Jared Essenberg. Round out our top 20. Going down a couple drivers that didn't finish, Sean Thomas and Devin Bellamy. Go ahead and let Sean Hook burn it down. What a way to celebrate, folks. See if the drivers come in for interviews here in a minute. For Sean Hook, Cody Porter, and Colby Cooper to the interview room. See no one coming down to the interview waiting room just yet, folks. That being said, we'll wrap things up. Been a pleasure having you join us, folks. It's a pleasure having you stay tuned. Thank you very much to Travis Lambert, Jennifer Lambert as well. I am JPEG, and a couple more. Cody Morales also in the chat. Adam Ramsey showing up. Shane Hatfield, thank you very much for all your guys' love and support tonight here at the Digital Racing Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody. And as always, make sure you stay safe out there. Goodbye for now.